eye visuals. Right, before we even get into anything, we're gonna have to talk about the terminologies, the definitions that are gonna be used throughout this guide. This is so you can understand the topics that I'm talking about, and then I can guide you through without you getting any confusion, right? So yeah, knowing these will help you grasp the concepts more effectively and understand the changes you can make to improve your eye area. I've also noted whether each aspect can be altered, right? Things are genetic, through non-surgical means, of course, that's what we're aiming for, or if surgery is required for significant changes for these particular areas. So try to keep an eye out for anything that sticks out to you and anything that you might have considered changing, because this is going to be the bottom line, whether it's genetic or something that you can change, right? Let's start with height and width of your eyes. This refers to the vertical and the horizontal width of your eyes, which together will determine your overall size and proportion. Eye height can be slightly altered through non-surgical methods such as makeup techniques and certain exercises, but for the most part, right, people, significant changes to your eye height and width can only be achieved surgically, right? This is going to be for the most part. If you have any issue with these, you can tweak them a little bit with makeup and like these little illusions, but it's not enough, okay? Understanding your eye proportions is crucial for selecting the best techniques to enhance their appearance, right? We can still improve this, but we can't really change these objectively. And then we have shape, eye shape. Categorizes the visual form or the outline of your eyes, right? This is where it falls in. Common shapes include almond, round, upturned, downturned, hooded, and monolid. These are the different types of eye shapes, which we'll be covering. Most people fall into one of these categories or somewhere in between, so it can be a mix. While eye shape can be slightly modified through makeup and non-surgical methods, more significant changes are going to require surgical intervention. Right, this is a genetic thing right here. Knowing your eye shape can help you choose the most flattering styles and techniques for your eyebrows or makeup, be it. Now we have a round, almond, hooded, and mullet that I mentioned earlier. You can see the pictures here and how they look. You could be a mix of two. You can be more so in one category alone. And then we have eye spacing. Right, this is the space and the distance between your eyes. Eyes can be classified as close set, normally set, or wide set. Eye spacing plays a crucial role in the overall harmony of your facial features. While non-surgical methods can create the illusion of better eye spacing, again through makeup or grooming techniques, girls know their stuff, and you'll see them doing this a lot, especially when their eyes are wide. They find ways to fill in with highlighter and whatnot. But as men, you got to be very delicate with this thing. Actual change to eye spacing requires surgery. So objective change from the spacing of your eye is of course going to require surgery. Understanding your natural eye spacing will help you apply these techniques, right? Grooming techniques for your eyebrows as well, more effectively. And then we have the brow ridge, right? The brow ridge is still part of the eye area, right? We're not just talking about the eyes, we're talking about the eyebrows too. And this is a bone, it's a prominent bone that's above your eye sockets, and it provides structure and protection to your eyes. This is more so the biological need for it to be in humans. And it anchors your eyebrows, and the appearance of your brow ridge can be slightly modified, with makeup and non-surgical methods to highlight or downplay its prominence. So some people have it a bit too much. It's a very masculine look, and they want to downplay it. But generally speaking, for men, you're going to be looking at more like highlighting it, because it's going to make you look a bit more dominant. You don't want to have too much male gaze though. However, significant changes, as usual, is going to require surgical intervention, right? There's many things that you can do to improve this. You can get filler there. It's a bit of an area you don't want to play with, but it's the least kind of sought after look, I would say. A well-defined brow ridge is often associated with a more masculine and assertive appearance, as I mentioned, right? So that's a brow ridge for you, and you can see it right here, located right under the temple. Now, what's deep set? When we say the word deep set, it's not a particular area. Rather, we're referring to deep set eyes. They're positioned more deeply in the skull, creating a pronounced brow ridge. So having your eyes deeper set is going to make your brow ridge appear thicker or stronger, right? In reality, you could have a very average brow ridge, but because of how deep set your eyes are, it creates this shadowed appearance. Normally, you want to have a bit of a combination of both. You don't have to have crazy deep set eyes, but achieving deep set eyes non-surgically is not possible. You can play around with angles to kind of like make it look like your eyes are deeper set, maybe use a bit of makeup on your eyelashes, but you have to understand that whether you have deep set eyes or not, choosing the best makeup techniques to accentuate their natural depths and shadow is something you want to be doing either way. And then we have the infamous term canthal tilt. It's pretty much gone viral on TikTok for the wrong reasons, right? This is not to be exaggerated, but the angle between the inner and outer corners of your eyes is going to deduce your canthal tilt. We can see here the pictures here. A positive canthal tilt means the outer corner is higher than the inner corner. And while the negative tilt means the opposite, the outer corner is lower, and that's over here. So this is positive and this is negative, simply put. And of course, a positive canthal tilt is often associated with a more youthful and attractive appearance because of the overall, support and structure of the face. Usually when your facial fat pads deplete, when you get older, your eyes will start to sink and you'll just look less youthful. This is why it's kind of like suggested, because you have that under eye support, which is what I developed to help my eyes get a little bit more neutral. As you can see here, this chart shows both outer and inner being that at the same level. While non-surgical methods can make a negative tilt appear less pronounced, true changes, I mean objective changes, are going to require surgery. Going about healthy habits is going to help your face develop well, but I'm talking about after your full development is done. Using makeup to create the illusion of a more positive tilt can enhance your eye area significantly, and that's going to be your only method here. Now, you can always apply Volufiline and help your under eye circles, but not everyone lacks support there. Sometimes you're genetically put out this way, and I actually had the right bones to achieve this final look, but I didn't have the under eye support, which is what I worked on. We'll touch upon that later. Then we have medial canthus. The medial canthus, this is probably a new term for the majority of you, but it's the inner corner of your eye where the upper and the lower eyelids meet. Changing the medial canthus non-surgically is not possible. Understanding the position and appearance of your medial canthus can actually help you more with the techniques effectively or highlight and soften this area. Not really a big term here. And then we have upper eyelid exposure. Now, if you dove deep into the rabbit hole of looks maxing, upper eyelid exposure is kind of like a big no. In reality, people with minimal upper eyelid exposure may appear to have hooded eyes. And this is why you have this appeal towards it, because it looks more hunter eye. Upper eyelid exposure can be reduced through non-surgical methods such as makeup techniques, exercises even, and certain skincare routines. Reducing upper eyelid exposure can make your eyes appear more open and youthful, but understand that even if you have this exposure, it's not the end of the world, right? It's all about the harmony of your face. So if you look better with this exposure, which the correlation is unlikely, you're still set, all right? Then we have the sclera, funny word. It is the white part of your eye, which surrounds the colored part, being that your iris. And changes to the sclera's exposure and color can be made non-surgically through good eye health practices, hydration, and possibly certain cosmetic treatments. Keeping your sclera white and healthy can enhance the overall appearance of your eyes, making them more vibrant and alert, right? Usually when people have deficiencies, the first place to show is going to be that of their sclera, which is why it's appealing to have them really white, because that means you're on top of your health. So not only is it going to make your eyes look better, vibrant and all, but it'll also give a great contrast for your eye color and, make sure you're not looking unhealthy. So that's going to end it for this section of definitions. Let's hop on into the eyebrows.